Oh, hi, Gabriel. Hi, everyone. We're just waiting on a couple people, but we're going to get started shortly. Okay, so can everyone see my screen? Um, all right. So it's 9:30, so we're going to go ahead and get started with the lesson. Could everyone please use the name that they would like to be called on during the lesson? So, okay, so we can get started. So today your teachers are going to be me, Natalie, and we have a new teacher, Chris. Chris, you can introduce yourself so you can answer some of these questions.
Cool. So hi, I'm Chris, and I am going to be a new teacher starting from today. Uh, okay, so everyone can call me Chris, I guess. And this year I'm in grade 10 at school. And I'm currently 16. In my free time, I like to play the saxophone, and I also like playing basketball. I think my favorite food, uh, I guess, pasta. And my favorite subject in school is probably math or physics. And when I grow up, I guess maybe a doctor, I guess. And I mean, I was born in the north part of China, uh, and I lived in Australia for 9 years.
Okay, so for our conversation, we're going to start by talking about our favorite holiday. So recently, there was Mother's Day on May 8th. So you could talk about that, what you did this weekend, or you could talk about your favorite holiday and explain why. So I'll start us off. My favorite holiday is probably Christmas because I get together with my family. Chris, what is your favorite holiday?
I think my favorite holiday is the New Year because I just really like all the fireworks at night.
That makes sense. Mary, would you like to answer this question as well?
My favorite holiday is Spring Festival.
Oh, that's great. How come Spring Festival is your favorite holiday? It's okay. You can spend some time thinking about your answer and I can come back to you later. Is that all right? Okay. So, Gabriel, would you like to join in on the conversation? What is your favorite holiday?
My favorite holiday is also New Year. Even now, Chinese government not allowed to do firework in some of the cities, but I could still stay up for a whole night.
Oh, that's fun. I like doing that as well. Thank you, Gabriel. Jason, you can join in on the conversation as well. So, what is your favorite holiday?
My favorite holiday is Children's Day because I can have many presents.
Oh, that makes sense. So, what are some of your favorite presents that you've gotten for Children's Day?
Uh, uh, Hot Wheel.
Oh, Hot Wheels. That's nice. Thank you for answering, Jason. Young Yifan, what is your favorite holiday?
My favorite holiday is Mid-Autumn Festival.
Oh, that's great. What do you do at that festival?
It's great, interesting.
Hmm. Thank you, Lang Yifan. So, Lucy, John Chin Chang, and um,
The student named Ying Ying Ya, do you mind changing your name to English or Pinyin just so it's easier for us to read?
yes, please. And if you could turn on your camera as well, that would be great. Hi, Lucy. So, what is your favorite holiday? It's okay if you don't have one as well. You could just talk about a holiday that you enjoy. Um, John Chin Chang, would you like to join in on the conversation?
My favorite holiday is the Spring Festival. Um,
Oh, that's nice. What do you do during the Spring Festival?
because it's a Chinese festival.
Mm. So, do you celebrate it with your family? Um, what do you celebrate your holiday with? Or who do you celebrate that holiday with? It looks like your mic might be cutting off, so I can come back to you. Thank you for sharing. Mary, I know that you also said that your favorite holiday was the Spring Festival. So, do you have any reason for that, or how do you celebrate that holiday?
So, we know your favorite festival or holiday. 你最喜欢的 holiday was the Spring Festival, right, Mary?
Yes, my favorite holiday is the Spring Festival.
Do you mind telling us why that was your favorite holiday? 为什么是你最喜欢的? Why is the Spring Festival your favorite holiday?
Because it is China's holiday.
Thank you, Mary. So, for the last class, you read through half of the book of Jack and the Beanstalk, and your homework was to answer, would you rather have a cow or 5 magical beans? So, Mary, were you here for the last lesson? And Chris, you can translate as well if you would like.
So the question we have today is about our reading last lesson. And it's, would you rather have a cow? That's 一头牛, so like a cow, or 5 magical beans. I guess that would be magical would be 魔法 or 神奇. Then beans would be like 豆, so like you can also you might know peas. Does anyone have an opinion on whether they would want the cow or the 5 magical beans?
Yeah, so I think I would prefer having 5 magical beans because I've never had anything that's made of magic before. So, Gabriel, what about you? Would you rather have a cow or 5 magical beans? And also, your microphone is on mute.
I'd actually like to have a cow because cows could produce milk, cheese, and yogurts. They were more stable than something came from supernatural.
Yeah, that's good reasoning. Thank you for sharing, Gabriel. Now, Yvonne, would you rather have a cow or 5 magical beans?
5 magic beans.
Oh, me as well. Jason, what about you?
Uh, 5 magic beans too.
Oh, how come? Or why would you rather have 5 magical beans?
Because I can climb in the sky.
Oh, that makes sense. Thank you, Jason. Johnson Chang, what would you like to have? Or what would you rather have? A cow or 5 magical beans?
A cow.
Hmm. Okay, thank you. Now, I see you joined. Welcome to the class, Now. If you're
Five
Hi,
make talk.
could you repeat that?
Da.
Oh, okay. So, oh, hi, Now. So, our homework question is what we're discussing right now. Would you rather have a cow or 5 magical beans?
Five magic bee.
Oh, really? Why would you rather have 5 magical beans? I said that it's because I would be interested in magic. Is that similar to your answer? Or do you like magic, Now?
Yes.
Oh, that's cool. Thank you for sharing. Lucy, would you rather have a cow or 5 magical beans?
我没听懂。
So the question was, would you rather have a cow or 5 magical beans? So you need to choose between a cow, which is 牛, or 5 magical beans, which are 神奇的魔豆. They have magical powers and do fantastical things or 不可思议的东西 because they are magical. So which one would you choose?
I will choose the 5 magical beans.
Oh, I chose that as well. Thank you for answering, everyone. So now we're going to move into our next lesson. So Chris is going to go over the beginning of the story that was read yesterday.
Okay, so last time we had our lesson, we started the story of Jack and the beanstalk. If you guys can remember, there were a lot of different characters or people in the story. Some of the important people in the story were the main character, Jack. He was the one that climbed the beanstalk. There was also Jack's mom, a farmer, a fairy, a giant, and the giant's wife. Now we're going to revisit the setting. The setting is the place where all of this happened. If we remember, a lot of the story was set, or a lot of the story happened in the giant beanstalk that grew out of Jack's magical beans. On the beanstalk, there was a castle, and in the castle was where the giant and the giant's wife lived.
Yes, so this is what happened in the beginning. So in the middle, this is usually where all the important events occur. So what happened in the middle of the story was Jack selling his cow for magical beans. His mom throws the beans out of his house, so he climbs the beanstalk, like Chris mentioned earlier, and then he meets a fairy. So Jack talks, and then he ends up eating with the giant's wife. And then Jack takes gold from the giant back to his house. And this is where the story left off last lesson, and we're going to continue the rest of the story. So Chris, you can read the first paragraph, and then Mary, you can repeat after him.
Okay, so I'll read the first sentence first, and then after that, Mary, you can try and repeat it and read it. The woman brought in bags of gold coins that had belonged to Jack's father. Mary, do you want to go ahead and try now?
The woman brought the bags of gold coins that
That belonged.
belonged of Jack's father.
That was really good. So there was one word in here that was coins, as in gold coins. Do you want to try pronouncing that again?
Gold coins.
That was very, very good. And gold coins basically just means like money. And then I guess I'll read the next sentence. And Gabriel, do you want to try and read it after me? The giant fell fast asleep counting the money.
The giant fell fast asleep counting the money.
That was very, very good. And we'll keep on going. Liang Yifan, next, could you please try? Jack took a bag of gold and ran back to the beanstalk.
Jack took a bag of gold and then back to the beanstalk.
Good job. And I guess Jason, next, could you please try? I'll read the sentence first. He threw the bag down to his mother's garden and climbed down as fast as he could. That was a very long sentence, so we can split
He
it up into
threw
parts.
the bag down his mother's garden and climbed down as fast as he could.
Good job. That was very well done. And I guess now, next, can you please try? I'll read the sentence first. Jack's mother was overcome with joy when gold coins rained down. Now, just do the best you can, and we can take it word by word.
Jackie to a thankful gold and red duck. To the basket he threw the bag born to his mother gray and two ran as fast as he
Could.
can. Jackie's mother wears for calm white John were new for a while, but his one day the gold right off.
Okay, so that was a very good job. I guess we missed one line, so we can ask can we ask Zhang Chuncheng to do that line, please? I'll read it first. They could now take care of their needs for a while.
They could now take care of their needs for well.
Good job. And I guess we can just can we practice saying the last word called it's pronounced a while.
The while.
Yes, that was very good.
And now. So you did a really good job reading your sentence, but there was one word that I would like for you to repeat. So this says, he threw the bag down to his mother's garden and climbed down. So could you repeat the word garden?
Garden and garden and drum.
Climbed.
Climb.
Yes, that was great. Thank you, Now. So a garden is a place where people plant food or flowers. And climbed is something you do, for example, on a wall, like you can climb somewhere. Thank you for reading Now. And we can move on to the next page. So I will read the first paragraph, and then I'll read the second one, and then Mary, you can repeat after me. So after a while, however, Jack decided to climb back up the beanstalk. Jack sneaked back into the castle and hid in a large pot. The giant sniffed the air and said, "Fee fee fo fum." His wife went over to the oven and looked in, but there was no boy inside. So Mary, could you read the second sentence for me, please? We can take it sentence by line by line. So this says, the giant sniffed the air and said, "Fee fee fo fum." Could you repeat that? Mary, could you read the first line of this paragraph?
The cat left the
Air.
Here and said, "That fearful farmer, this field want to order the olive of looked in, but there was no bone inside."
That was really good. Thank you. So we can go over this, and this says over to the oven and looked in. So an oven is it's a kitchen appliance, and you can bake things in an oven. So the next paragraph says, after the giant ate his supper, he called for his magic harp. And this right here is Jack's magic harp. His wife quickly brought him his beautiful harp of gold. Gabriel, could you repeat after this sentence, or could you read this sentence, please?
After the giant ate his supper, he called for his magic harp. His wife quickly bought him his beautiful harp of gold.
Yes, that was good, Gabriel. Thank you. And just to clarify, this says brought, and the difference between brought and bought is that brought means that you brought something. So I'm bringing my wallet with me. And bought means that you shopped for something. So I bought my wallet and then I brought it with me. So Yang Yifan, you could read the last sentence on this page. And it says, the giant told the harp to play. It began to play the most entrancing music Jack had ever heard. Could you read the sentence, please?
The giant told the harp to play. It began to play the most enchanting music Jack had ever heard.
Well done, Yang Yifan. So this is a tough word, so we can repeat it again so we can practice it. This word says entrancing. So it means that it's
Entries.
oh, I'm sorry. Could you repeat that?
Entrancing.
Yes, very well done. Thank you, Yang Yifan. And this is the last page that we're going to go over for the book. And Chris, you can read this page along with everyone else.
Okay, so I will read the first sentence. It was not long before the giant was lulled to sleep by the music. Jason, do you mind repeating that sentence?
Where?
The first one?
Oh, it was not long before the giant was lulled to sleep by the music.
That was very well done. There was one word in there that we can work on, and it's load. Can you please try repeat? Yes, load. What it means is it's kind of like when you were a baby and your parents would rock you to sleep, or when like you listen or like you listen to music and then you feel sleepy, you can also say you were lulled to sleep. I guess I will move on. And how about Lucy, can you try after I say the sentence? When Jack heard the giant snoring, he knew it was safe to climb out of the pot. Lucy, can you please try repeating the sentence?
It was not long before the
Oh, can we try saying the sentence after that one? Starting from when? When Jack heard.
when Jack heard the
Giant
giant
snoring,
snoring, he knew it was safe to climb out of the pot.
very nice. So the word snoring means like, it's kind of like a very loud breathing when you're sleeping. And then how about I guess we'll go back to Mary for the next sentence.
I
He
think
gr-
John Chin Chang hasn't read yet.
oh, okay. Uh okay, then we can go to Zhang Chuncheng for the next sentence then. He grabbed the giant's harp and started to run away with it.
He grabbed the its harp and
Started
start to run away with it.
good job. And this word here was giant. Can you please try
Giants.
saying giant? Sorry,
Giants.
very nice. And the giant is this picture on the very left. Sorry, right. This big person is the giant. And okay, so now we'll go to Mary. I will say the sentence. Please repeat after me. Master, master, the harp cried.
Master, master, the piper cried.
The harp cried. Can we try saying harp?
Harp,
Good job. And the harp is a musical instrument. You can see it in the picture here. It is what Jack is carrying. Okay, and then I guess the next one can go to Gabriel. The giant awoke with a start. Gabriel, do you mind reading this sentence?
Gabriel,
Gabriel?
so actually, Gabriel, you could go ahead and read the next two sentences. Could you repeat after the sentence that Chris said and read the second one to finish off the paragraph?
Jack jumped off the table. The heart in his arms.
It seems that Gabriel's Wi-Fi connection broke. So I'll go ahead and finish off this sentence for him. And then Nang Yufan, you could read the next one. Oh, Gabriel, you're back. Could you repeat the last sentence, please? Because your internet connection broke off.
Jack tightly held onto the harp and ran for his life.
Thank you, Gabriel. So as you can see, Jack is holding on to his harp really tightly, and he's running away from the giants. So, Chris, you can go ahead and next one.
Okay, I guess the next one is for Liang Yifan. Jack could hear the huge thump of the giant's footsteps closing in behind him.
Jack could hear the wood
Huge
huge of the
thump.
giants for steeps closing in behind him.
Good, very good job. I think we'll just try practicing the word behind. Can you say behind?
Behind.
Good job. And Jason, I think you can finish the paragraph off for us. So I'll read it first, and then can you please repeat after me? He knew the giant took large steps, so his fear was great. But the angry giant had just finished a filling supper, and that slowed him down enough for Jack to reach the beanstalk ahead of the giant.
He knew the giant took large steps, so his fear was great. But the angry giant had just finished a filling supper, and that slowed him down as for Jack to reach the beanstalk ahead of the giant.
Oh, very good job. And I guess we'll keep going on to the next sentence. And now, can you please read it after I say it once? Jack clumsily climbed down the beanstalk with the harp.
Jack curly climbed down the basket the hill, jumping onto his mom as he reached, "Mom, give me the axe. Give me the axe."
Very good job. I guess we can try repeating the word clumsily. It's a very hard word. Can you please say it again?
Clumsily.
Yes, that was very good. Clumsily means like I guess the best way to explain it would be in Chinese it would be 不小心的 or like not paying much attention.
And you could be running into things. So if you're trying to run in the dark, it's going to seem like you're kind of clumsy because you don't see where you're going and you're clumsy about the way you walk. So that was it for the story. And we're now going to talk about the parts of the story. So this is a review of what happened in the past 3 pages. So Jack and his mom live on the gold for a while. But then Jack ends up going back to the beanstalk. And then he sees the golden harp that made the giant fall asleep. And you could see here that the golden harp made the giant fall asleep. He then tries to take the harp, and that's when Jack runs away with the harp. So Chris, you can go ahead and review the ending of the story.
Okay. The end of the story. Okay, so what happened at the end of the story was Jack steals the harp. He takes it from the giant, but the giant almost catches Jack. But on the way down, Jack escapes and chops down the beanstalk.
So, Chris, do you know what Lucy said in
What happened?
Lucy messaged me in private, so I'm just Oh, Lucy said that she got stuck and she had to leave. That's okay, Lucy. Thank you for letting me know. So we're just going to go ahead and move on to the vocabulary words. So these are some words that would be good for you guys to learn. So dairy is something that Gabriel talked about. It comes from cows and it's because it's made from milk. Good-natured means that you have or show a pleasant personality. So if you are friendly and you're pleasant, then you could be described as good-natured. A bargain is a tougher word. So a bargain is an agreement between two or more people when they try to agree what to give each other in a trade. So let's say I want to give you my present that I just got from my mom. Well, while we're bargaining, you are going to try to tell me what you are going to give me. So we bargain and try to decide how we're going to trade our presents. Supper is the evening meal, especially when dinner is eaten early. So if you ate dinner at 3 o'clock in the daytime or 4 o'clock, you could call it supper. A beanstalk was mentioned in the story, and it's the big stem of a bean plant. So the big beanstalk is what is supposed to represent the stem of a bean plant. Rightfully means it is in accordance with what is right or just. So when Jack was trying to steal the harp, it was not rightful of him to do that because it is not just or fair. An Englishman is a man who lives or was born in England, which is pretty self-explanatory. So those are the words that we learned from the story and would be good for you to remember. So quiz time. Chris can go over our first quiz question.
Okay, so we'll be trying to figure out, or does anyone remember what Jack was trying to sell? The options were a pig, wood, or a cow.
So Mary, do you remember what Jack was trying to sell?
必靠
Oh, yes. So later in the story, Jack does try to trade his cow. But at the beginning, Jack was trying to sell his pig. So, actually, this is incorrect. So you were right, Mary. Jack was trying to sell his cow. And he tried to trade it for the 5 beans. Thank you for answering that, Mary. And we can move on to the next question. So what does Jack trade his cow for? The options are his beans, milk, pig, and vegetables. So, Gabriel, do you know what Jack trades his cow for? So, as Mary answered, Jack tried to sell his cow. So what was
For beans, magic beans.
yes? So let's see if that's correct. And it is. Thank you for answering, Gabriel.
Okay, so the next question is, who killed Jack's father? The options are his mother, or the cow, or the giant, or the giant's wife. Liang Yifan, do you know which one killed Jack's father?
D.
B?
E.
Oh, D.
E? Okay, so the answer was actually C, the giant. It was a bit confusing because they're both giants, but in this passage, it said, in the second paragraph, it says, she told Jack that the giant who lived in the castle had killed Jack's father. So the answer is C, the giant.
So, where does Jack hide when the giant comes? Since Jack was so scared, he had to hide somewhere. And Jason, would you like to answer this question? The options are fridge, haystack, under a chair, and an oven.
I don't know because I didn't read this story.
Oh, that's all right. It's a very small detail, so it's hard to remember. So you can take a guess. Do you think that it was a fridge, haystack, under a chair, or an oven? Jason.
Uh,
So I
under
remember
chair.
under a chair. Okay. So let's see if you were correct. Oh, so the correct answer was the oven. And it says here that just as the giant entered the room, his wife hid Jack in the oven. So thank you for answering, Jason.
And our next question is, what musical instrument does the giant have? A harp, a piano, a guitar, or a trumpet? Now, which one do you think he had?
And now your microphone is muted, just in case.
A.
Let's see if it was right. And yes, it was A. The giant did have a harp, which Jack then stole.
So one of our last questions is, what did Jack do after climbing down the beanstalk? This is a tough question, so it's okay if you don't know the answer. You can take your best guess. So, Sun Chunchang, would you like to answer this question? And if you would, unmute your microphone. Thank you. So your options are Jack burned the beanstalk, Jack hit the harp and the hen, Jack cut down the bean. Stop.
C.
C.
Okay, so yes, the correct answer is C. So Jack did cut down the beanstalk down with his axe. Okay, so that was it for the quiz. Very well done, everyone. And we're going to play the game Hangman. So we played this game in our last class, and this is how it goes. So I will show you a blank pad, and as I do that, Chris can explain the rules of Hangman.
Would you rather have a chicken that lays?
Okay, so I will now explain the rules of Hangman. So the person that is in charge of drawing, they have to think of a word. And then they write down, they tell you how many letters the word has. And then everyone else has to guess a letter. And if the letter is in the word, the person who is drawing has to put the letter in the position that it's going to be. And if the letter isn't in the word, you get 1 strike. And if you get too many strikes, you lose the game. Natalie, do you want to explain the rules of Hangman better?
Yeah, okay. So let's say my word was 1 second. Okay. So let's say my word was cat. So since the word cat has 3 letters in it, I would put 3 blanks. So 1, 2. Oh, and does everyone see my notepad? Is it visible on the screen? Chris, does my whiteboard show? Okay.
It does.
So I would put 3 blanks because my word cat has 3 letters. So let's say Mary goes first, and her guess is the letter C. Since the letter C is in my word, I would write it down and I say C. And that's correct. So then Gabriel goes. But let's say Gabriel puts the letter E. Since the letter E is not in the word cat, I would just write it here and I would strike it. And I would draw the first part of a hangman. Next goes Liang Yifan, and let's say he guesses the letter T. So since T is in the word cat, I would put it right here. And there's no hangman being drawn. And then next would go Jason. And let's say Jason knows the word. He can just guess it. He can say, is the word the word cat? And that is correct. So that's how you guys win the game. So you're working together to guess my word. And I will go first and you can guess. Are there any questions? Okay, so we can go ahead and start. So my word is going to be an animal. That's the category of my word. Chris, would you like to go first and guess a letter?
Okay, is the letter A in the word?
It is not. So I'll have letter A right here. And I'll draw the first part of the hangman. Mary, you can take your guess.
B.
B. So the letter B is not in my word. And I will draw the body. Gabriel, you can take your guess. And something that might be helpful for your guesses is guessing the vowels.
Is that a U in the word?
U? No, there is not. But that is a good guess, Gabriel. And the reason for that is because it's a vowel. So you could guess the letter O, I, U, A, and usually there will be at least one vowel in your word. So Liang Yifan, what is your guess?
F.
F. Okay. So F is not in the word. I realized that I forgot to draw the hanger, so I'll go ahead and do that. Jason, what is your guess?
P.
P. Okay, so P is also not in the word, but that's a good guess. Thank you, Jason. Now, what is your guess?
O.
O? Oh, that's interesting. O is in my word. Okay, so Jianjun Chong, would you like to guess your letter?
E. 啊，不对，
I'm sorry, was that the letter E?
E.
E. Okay, thank you. So E is not in the word. That's a good guess. Lucy, you can guess your letter now. What letter do you think might be in my word?
T.
C. Okay, that is very close, but it's not in my word. Thank you for guessing, Lucy. So we're going to go back to, oh, Chris, did Chris guess a letter?
不是了
I can
啊，
guess another one.
Yes, so we can go back to Chris and guess another letter.
Okay, how about C?
C has already been
Oh.
guessed.
Maybe K?
K, that's a good guess, but K is also not in my word. And we're about to draw my hangman. So Mary, take caution, but what is your guess?
D.
E has already been guessed.
Z.
If you were saying the letter L, that actually is in the word. So Gabriel, what is the letter that you'd like to guess? We already have the letter L and O. And just as a reminder, my word is an animal. I. That's a good guess. Yang Yifan, do you have a guess on the letter or what the word might be?
N.
说 N.
If anyone has a guess, you could go ahead and take your best guess for the word.
N. Lion.
Is the word lion?
Yes, it is a lion. Yay! So you guys guessed the word. And that's actually all the time we have for today. So we're just going to go ahead and go over the homework. But good job. Everyone had really good guesses. So let me clear my annotations and share my screen. So our homework for the next class is to answer this question. Would you rather have a chicken that lays golden eggs or a harp that makes you go to sleep instantly? And Chris, could you translate this question just to make sure that everyone understands it?
Okay, sure. So the question is, would you rather have a chicken, 一个鸡 that lays golden eggs, 一个会下金蛋的鸡, or a harp, which is the musical instrument we talked about, that makes you go to sleep instantly. So that's 让你立即睡着的一个乐器。Which would you rather have? A chicken that lays golden eggs or a harp that makes you go to sleep instantly? Before next class, can everyone please think of which one they would rather have?
Yes, so I'll go ahead and answer the question just to give you an example of how it should sound like. So I would rather have a harp that makes me go to sleep instantly because I feel like it would be nice to be able to sleep quickly. So you can answer whichever way you'd like, and that is it for today. Thank you, everyone.
Have a good week.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Mary.
Hi.
Bye, Nono.
Hi.
Bye bye.
Bye, Jason. Bye, Langifan.
Bye.
John Chin Chong and Lucy, you may leave as well. Thank you for joining today.
Bye bye.
Bye, Lucy.
Dang.
So just stop the recording. Oh,